My name is Cora, and I'm
significant.
allergic to the very air I breathe. Not in a dramatic, poetic way, more like in a, whoops, forgot my mask, and now I'm turning purple while my organs shut down kind of way. You see, in our world, magic particles float around like glitter at a craft store explosion. Everyone breathes them in, gets stronger, shoots fireballs, talks to butterflies, the usual Tuesday activities. Everyone except me, that is. I'm like the one person allergic to chocolate in a world made entirely of cocoa beans. Except instead of a stomachache, I get to experience what it feels like to have my blood boil from the inside out. The first time it happened, I was 3 years old at a family picnic. 1 minute I was chasing fairy lights, the next I was convulsing on the ground, while my skin turned interesting shades of blue. The healer said I had maybe 6 hours to live. My brothers, who were barely teenagers at the time, spent those 6 hours building the most advanced air filtration system anyone had ever seen, out of spare magical components and pure desperation. Cora, your brothers are here, Mom called from downstairs. Speak of the devils. My 3 ridiculously overprotective brothers had arrived for their daily "Is Cora still alive?" check-in. William, the eldest at 28 and most paranoid, probably had a new gadget to test my air filtration system. He'd been upgrading my life support systems weekly since that incident when I was 15 and my backup mask failed during a school field trip. I'd nearly died in the magical botanical gardens, and William had responded by building me what was essentially a wearable clean room. Silver, the middle child at 26 with a flair for dramatics, likely brought another prototype mask that looked like high fashion but functioned like a hazmat suit. He was the artistic one, insisting that if I had to wear life-saving equipment, it should at least look fabulous. Last week's model had been covered in crystals that actually enhanced the filtration while making me look like a very exclusive bank robber. And Jeremy, the youngest at 24 but somehow the most violent, probably just wanted to glare menacingly at anyone who looked at me sideways. Jeremy had killed his first person when he was 16, a healer who tried to cure me by forcing magic particles directly into my bloodstream. I'd been in a coma for 3 days, and Jeremy had made sure that particular healer would never practice medicine again. Or breathe. I slipped on my current mask, a sleek number that made me look like a fashionable bank robber, and headed downstairs, checking the small display on my wrist that monitored particle levels in my immediate vicinity. Little sister. Silver dramatically threw his arms wide, then immediately checked the seal on my mask with practiced efficiency. How are the particle levels today? Any spikes? Unusual readings? Did you remember to change the filters? Oh, you know, still deadly, I replied cheerfully. But hey, at least I discovered yesterday that I can absorb energy from thunderstorms now. Caught lightning in my bare hands like some kind of weather wizard. Also, I think I figured out how to draw power from people's nightmares, which is either really cool or deeply concerning. William's eye twitched. It always did when I mentioned new powers. Cora, we've talked about experimenting without proper safety protocols. What if something had gone wrong? What if the energy feedback had overloaded your system? What if? Says the man who built me a mountain fortress with a force field, I interrupted. Pretty sure that wasn't OSHA approved either. Plus, didn't you once test a new mask design by throwing me into a room full of concentrated magical essence to see if I'd survive? That was a controlled environment, William protested, with backup systems and medical staff on standby and a panic room. Jeremy snorted. OSHA doesn't exist here, genius. My point exactly. We're all just winging it. The truth was, while everyone else got their power from breathing magic particles like some kind of sparkly